Ooh. Okay, so I know I said I was going to change my mind. The nature of change. I know I said that I would do the rolling of candles live today, but I changed my mind. So I'm going to do it now. Okay, so if you have never rolled your own candles before, check this out. What I'll also show you is if you're rolling candles, how to infuse the oil in your candle, yeah, without having to melt it down. So I've got, see that's oak moss oil, yeah. So I've got some oak moss oil, and then also I've got some dried oak moss as well, yeah. So when I've experimented before with rolled candles, yeah, I put the dried herbs too far inside the candle, so basically it set itself ablaze because the flame actually caught the dried herbs. So if you're going to use rolled candles, or you're going to make your own rolled candles, and you want to infuse it with dried herbs, put them on the very outer layer. So as you're rolling it, I'll show you this. As you're rolling it, you want to put them on the outer layer. Yeah, but I'll show you that. And the oil, you can just anoint the whole sheet. Yeah, and do it like that. So, because this is the candle for abundance and prosperity and all of those things that we're working on with the new moon. Yeah, but if you were working on something like abundance in love or something, then you might use rose oil, you might use rose petals, yeah. So depending on what you are looking for in abundance, depends on what oils and what herbs, if you're using them, you would use in your candle, okay. Now there are some, I've started doing the Herb Friday. So there's a few that have been posted already, but you can always look them up. If you're doing any of our courses, there is like a basic herb law document in there. So I've got a weird thing on my finger. Look at this heat. I get little bubbly things coming up on my fingers and my hands. It's very peculiar. It's like little heat bumps that itch. Ugh. Don't like that. Anyway, I digress. So new moon this evening, candle. If you're doing it, you don't have to do this, yeah. But if you are, this is how we do it. Hi Della. I'm just showing everyone how to roll candles. So I have my beeswax sheets. I buy them, where do I get them from? eBay. Although, like I say, I do want to phase out the beeswax because obviously it's not vegan. Hi, Della. But I think I have a recipe in my head for non-beeswax candles that you can actually. The plan is I make the sheets and roll it, and we'll see. Hi Della, 2 Dellas, yay! So let us start. So yeah, I buy these on eBay from a beekeeper. They're thorns, they're called. And I do buy bulk. I buy 50 sheets at a time for it's £40, which is pretty good. So get the blooming thing out. Whee! Thank you. I have a specific pair of scissors for cutting beeswax as well, because it really messes up your scissors. Right, so, oh God, come out, you little bugger. So the candle, so when you're rolling your candle, yeah, it could either be this long, it's a bit too long. That's about, what's that? That's 18 inches probably, 18 inch. So I'm going to make mine this tall, yeah. So think about it. You're going to roll it. It's going to be rolling that way, yeah. So that's how tall my candle will be. This length of sheet, I haven't got any, will be it's about the equivalent to about 1/2 inch thick. So I'm going to use 2 sheets, and I might even just use up this little bit of sheet I've got here as well, because the amazing thing about beeswax candles and the non-beeswax ones I'm going to actually formulate myself is that you can actually roll more than 1 sheet for a candle, yeah. So you can add as many sheets as you like. It's really cool to make a big thick candle. The only thing around that, if you're making a thick candle, you need a wick that's going to burn that evenly, yeah. So I use, again, it's waxed hemp, yeah, but it's beeswax. So I'm going to have to, when I phase out the beeswax, I'm also going to have to wax my own hemp cord. Oh my God. So this is going to be about 1.5 inches thick. So what I'm going to do with this hemped beeswax, no, waxed hemp cord, I'm going to measure roughly how tall it's going to be, yeah. And I usually double it up, but I'm actually going to triple it. That's a new word, triple it. And you want a little bit more on the end as well, because I'll show you why in a minute, because we're going to twirl it, and twirling takes up a bit of cord. So that's about right. Give it a cut. Yeah. Down there. It's a bit like Blue Peter, this is. I love it. It's one I made earlier, except I haven't got one I made earlier. So all I'm doing is twiddling it, and you want to get it. And the really cool thing about waxed cord, so you could use waxed cotton, that's fine as well, is that when you twiddle it like this, it actually stays in place, yeah. Unless you're going to buy lots of different thicknesses of wick, which I don't see the point of doing that, because you can just twiddle it. You know, it cuts down on your costs as much as anything else. So we have a nice thick wick. And what you can do, you can always trim the wick at the end, yeah, but what I'm going to do, you can see this, I'm going to, so you want about, for a candle like this, you want about a 1/2 inch wick, yeah, so I've left that 1/2 inch on the end. So what I'm going to do, I'm glad I'm making you all laugh. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press it down. Before we roll it, I'm just going to, it'll come out, it might not come out, because it's got some actual oak moss in there, and it kind of stops it from coming out sometimes. Oh no, here it comes. Here it comes. So what I'm doing is just kind of sprinkling, if you like. Sprinkles. Whoops, I won't waste that. Okay. If you want to, you can use your finger. Spread it around a bit. So as you're doing this, you can do a little chant if you want to, or visualize something. It's entirely up to you. So, because I've got this big long bit sticking out the bottom, you don't want that. So what I do, I'll just fold that first bit in, and then fold that back on itself. What that'll also do is it will help when you burn the wick all the way down to the end. Yeah? Sometimes you get to the end of a candle, and because there's not a lot of wick left, it doesn't actually burn all the way down to the end. So that will just help that as well. So keeping the pressure, because you want it, when you roll a candle, You want to keep that quite tight, yeah. So it's kind of gone a little bit wonky, but I can cope with that. So if you look, so the wick on the bottom is tucked in, yeah, and it's quite tightly rolled, yeah, it's not loose. Okay, so how do we join another beeswax sheet? All you do, again, if you're anointing, give it a little sprinkle. She says, not coming out now, doesn't want to play ball today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit in the palm of my hand. Just anoint it that way. I love oak moss oil. This is I bought this one on eBay, I think. It's eBay or Amazon, one of the two. Smells amazing. It really does smell amazing. Oak moss essential oil. Not overly expensive either. I mean, if you're lucky enough that you can make your own, that's my dream. Yeah, being having enough space to make spagyric tinctures and also essential oils. That would be a dream come true. So I'm just anointing the other sheet as well, just to save a bit of time. And then with what's left, just put it on my head. Oh, it smells gorgeous. Right. So, oil done. So, I'm going to add a sheet. So, what I'm going to do, you can see where that's joined. You can sort of see that join there. So what you want to do is marry up the join on the candle to the start of the new sheet. And just press it, lightly press it in. Don't press too hard, otherwise you get a weird shaped candle. So again, make sure you're doing this on a stable surface, yeah? So you can press down into the wax as you roll it, yeah? So you can keep that pressure on it, yeah? If it goes slightly off, bring it back and roll again. And again, just press where that seam is. Can you see the seam? Sort of see the seam. Just lightly press it into the candle, yeah? So you can see we've already got a really cool candle going on there. Woohoo! Take the last sheet. So this one will be slightly different. And it's kind of gauging where you want to put, if you're putting dried herbs in. So you might want the last third of it. Yeah, so roll it as far so just pressing that in so the seam, can't see the seam. Pressing down as you roll. Whoop, it's gone a bit skew with you there. So you want the very last third of the candle, it's about there. And all I'm going to do is add a little bit of oak moss, dried oak moss. So just break it up a little bit. So, little tip, whenever I bring any fresh herbs or anything like that, unless they've been picked fresh, harvested fresh, what I do, I consecrate and bless everything as it comes into the house, yeah, rather than having to do it every time you use it, yeah. So this has already been blessed and consecrated. So you can see that, yeah. Spread it out a little bit. So this has got oak moss. You can see why we put it on the last kind of little bit of the candle, because that bit isn't going to come into contact with the flame. When I was experimenting before, it caught fire and I had to put it out quickly. So just lastly, just checking that the bottom is level. Perfect. One candle for our new moon. So if you wanted to, you could anoint it further, either with a good fortune, prosperity, good luck oil, or I'm just going to use the oak moss again. Stick with the oak moss. So the easiest way to anoint your candle, is to put the oil in the palm of your hand and then just run the candle up and then twist it round. Clockwise for increasing, anti-clockwise for vanishing. Saves a lot of oil as well if you do it that way. The amount of times I've tried to drip it on the candle and it's just gone everywhere. So, voila, one candle for our new moon, abundance, corner, magic, whatever you want to call it. So that will sit in there, and that will go on the southwest corner this evening after it's been on the altar, blessed and everything. Okay, so I'm going to make another one. No, I think that'll be okay. So when you're using this candle every day, because that's the idea, when we place this in the southwest corner, which is the prosperity corner of your home, you're going to burn it for an amount of time each day. So that might be a minute, that might be 3 minutes. If you have got loads and loads of candles, you might want to burn it for a whole hour, or you burn it all the way down. If you've got spell candles, burn it all the way down. Colours, like I was saying yesterday, green is good, gold is good, red is good. But if there is another colour that for you resonates with prosperity and abundance, it might be brown. This is of the earth, it's what resonates with you, and it's also what have you got indoors. If you've only got white candles, then use the white candles. Just anoint it with like a prosperity or a good luck oil, and use that. And if you're using kind of the, say, normal candles, you know what I mean, paraffin wax candles, I don't, to be quite frank, I don't advocate using those because they are a product of the oil industry. But if you are using paraffin candles, what you can do, you can put the herbs, you can either melt it down and create your candles. That's entirely up to you. If you want to melt them down, put the herbs and the oils in and do it that way, then you can. Otherwise, you can just melt the outer, just like the outer layer of the candle, and then roll it in herbs. It's a little bit, though. So you can just anoint it with oil. That is perfectly acceptable. And then maybe if you wanted to, you could put herbs around the bottom of the candle. Other ways you can do it, if you're using a votive candle or a tea light, what you can do is take the candle out of the holder, so whether that's the little foil thing for a tea light, or if you've got a votive candle and you're putting it in a holder, just put the herbs in the bottom, then put the candle in, and then when you light it and the wax melts, it will activate the herbs, If you don't use candles and you use oil lamps, that's another possibility that I'm the road I'm going to go down is using oil lamps. Then put the herbs and the essential oils in the oil that you're burning in the lamp. Yeah, perfect. Also sustainable oil lamps. Whereas, obviously beeswax isn't, even, because my recipe that I've got in my head uses soy wax and either mango or avocado butter to give it the softness, the pliability to roll it. But even soy wax isn't overly sustainable, especially not if it's GM free, because a lot of soy out there is not GM free. So I think oil lamps are probably going to be the way I'm going to go. Yeah, now you can buy little. They're like Roman design. You can actually buy them. They don't have to be antique. You can actually buy reproductions of them for about £10-15 each. You don't need to buy them once, and then just buy the oil and the wick. And you can put herbs in it. You can put herbs in the oil. You can put essential oils in the oil. Hey, you could even put a bloody crystal in there if you wanted to. And you could buy any oil to burn with that. Although I'd probably suggest something that's not going to be stinky, like sunflower oil. I wouldn't use sunflower oil. Olive oil maybe. Because that also corresponds to the sun and fire. So yeah, it's just a few ideas on, if you don't use candles, and how you can use this idea. I have in the past melted down old candles and put a wick in there and then poured them into a container. Because I've never made candles from a mold. I've never done that. It's a bit of a faffy way. I don't like that. It's a bit too faffy for me. So yeah, I mean, rolled candles for me are fantastic. But like I say, the beeswax for me is it plays on my mind quite a lot. So anyway, I hope that's been of some informative ujima flips for you. So I will see you later. We'll both see you later, actually, for the new moon. Like I say, get your abundance checks ready. Get your candles sorted out, yeah? And we will see you later on. It's a bit overcast today, actually. I'm hoping we're going to get some rain because it's very dry out there today. Okay, so we'll see you later at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Central, and 10 a.m. Pacific. So we will see you later, and live long and prosper, stay witchy, be fearless. Blessings.